Everybody, Boker Tov. This is Yishai. That's Hebrew for Jesse, which is English for Yishai. Sitting here in Sfat in Kikar Davidka. I think that's the name of it. Next to the area, the city hall, and the evidence of a big battle that was fought here in 1948. I am today's Veterans Day in the U.S. So I'm wearing my hat from my first command in the Navy. I have a lot of things I want to say, but I'm going to keep it as short as possible. So yes, I live in Israel. I'm Jewish and I live in Israel. But Veterans Day is important to me because I have lots of brothers and sisters all around the world, men and women of all races, religions, and walks of life that took the oath for the United States of America because we believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. But yeah, I'm a Jewish boy and I live in Israel. I still believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. So one thing I learned about veterans is that it's important to hear their stories, and it's important for veterans to tell their stories. So I learned that when I was part of this group called Team RWB, Team Red, White, and Blue. It's basically they did a lot to help me to get out there and meet other veterans and hear their stories, and we do physical training together, and it was really fun. So I don't have anything like that here in Israel. I don't have any fun runs or beach runs or ruck runs or CrossFit things to do here with my fellow veterans, but my fellow U.S. veterans. But so I'm going to tell my story. So basically, everybody in Israel is a veteran anyway. You get the evidence of a war right here. That's bullet holes in a guard tower. So, and these three plaques right behind me are memorial plaques for some soldiers that were shot here. So yeah, it's like, evidence of war is all around us here. So Veterans Day is not so big, no big deal. But I joined the Navy in 2001. Actually, I'll go back a little bit further than that. I was in ROTC, JROTC in high school. I was in the Boy Scouts. Yeah, I know the Boy Scouts is a non-military organization, but I did a lot to foster my patriotism, and it was really cool. So I was in JROTC in high school, and I ended up getting a full Marine Corps and ROTC scholarship to the Citadel. I went to the Citadel for like a few days, and I was like, you know what, this is stupid. Half the people that go here don't even go in the military. There was a lot of hazing for no reason, and it was like, I felt like it was like a really racist place. They only let black people in there like a couple decades before they started the Civil War and all that stuff. And no offense against the Citadel, I'm sure there's a lot of good people that graduated from there and became fine officers. So I quit, and then about a week later I joined the real military. I joined the Navy. It was exciting at first. It was before September 11th, so I was supposed to leave around September 11th, and then my ship date was September 16th, 2001. So by then the whole world had changed already. We were at war. So I went to boot camp. Fast forward a couple months later, I was on a ship called the USS John F. Kennedy, the last conventional aircraft carrier, non-nuclear aircraft carrier in the U.S. Navy. Really old ship. I was deployed on my mother's birthday, January 27th, 2002. I was standing on the flight deck talking to my mom. I borrowed my friend's cell phone because not everybody had cell phones back then, So I borrowed my friend's cell phone. I said, "Happy birthday, Mom, I'm being deployed. I'm going to war." So I was 18 years old, off to war within a couple months. So there I was. Yeah. And so within a few months of working on the flight deck as a plane handler, the guys that do the signals and the different color shirts, so I was one of those guys. It was intense. It's one of the most dangerous places to work in the world. There's 85 aircraft on board, engines, props, propellers. You can get blown overboard. There's all kinds of planes landing, and it's really noisy and it's hot. It's either really hot or really cold. There's no in between, And so within like a couple months, I had my first aircraft mishap. I witnessed a F-14 Tomcat crash right into the water right in front of me. And so it was a really defining moment for me because I jumped into the catwalk and I saw the dead pilot looking up at me. I saw the whole thing, the parachutes, the ejection seats, everything. And till this day, it's actually on YouTube now. I could see myself running on the flight deck. It's on YouTube. You can look it up. It's crazy. So I Okay, this is becoming a little longer than I hoped, but I just wanted to say there's a lot more stories that I have. I was in the Navy for a total of 7 years, a little break in between my service. I believe in the Constitution of the United States of America. I live in Israel. I live in Sfat. There's a lot of U.S. military veterans in Sfat, believe it or not. I have some friends here, old, not so old, from every branch. We were deployed. Some were deployed, some weren't. Some had different jobs and different missions in life. But we're all here. That's one of my stories. And then I became an aerial photographer because I saw a dude hanging from a helicopter. And I said, I want to do that. He's taking pictures from a helicopter. I want to do that. He was actually hanging from a rope. And I was like, whoa, cool. So you can see that on the internet too. If you see a guy hanging from a helicopter with the JFK in the bottom, you know, the JFK underneath, I'm on the flight deck there. And there's a few other pictures that I'm in just from working there. It's crazy. Like my whole life, I'm like Forrest Gump. I'm like in all these like historic places. I sat behind President Bush on TV. I was one of the troops behind President Bush when he was giving one of his weapons of mass destruction speeches, and I actually fell asleep. And my mom has it on video, falling asleep behind President Bush. So, yeah, that's that. And then I went to Patrol Squadron 5, where I did anti-submarine, anti-drugs, and catching pirates and stuff. And I was the aerial combat photographer for them. Then I got out for 9 years and used my GI Bill. And I went back into the Navy Reserves and got to go to Expeditionary Combat Camera, which was really a good experience. The only thing is that because I made Aliyah and became Israeli, and I couldn't get a security clearance, so I decided to leave, and it was good timing because I met my awesome wife, and I told my commanding officer I'm getting out, I'm getting married, and moving to Israel. So here I am, a veteran in Israel. So I just want to say, you know, if you know any veterans, if they're comfortable telling their story, ask them about their story, listen to their stories. It helps them heal. A lot of us have been through a lot. Some more than others, some less than others, but each story is significant. So anyway, thank you guys. Yishai is out.